Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to start, I was thinking about it and I was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to do it. And then I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to do it today. At least I'm going to try to and see when I can get this out. This week I'm doing it's for Jessie from Reading with Jess. It's her book club, Sleep When I'm Dead. I'll Sleep When I'm Dead, Sleep When I'm Dead, I think is what it's called. And, she is doing a Survive the Night Readathon, which let me bring up my phone here. I'll put the prompts on the screen so you can see. But she created a whole Discord for it, and it's been so fun. This is the second day of it that I'm finally coming in here to tell y'all about it. So here she has up here about how to play on her list, and you have to create a TBR using the map. There's like a template of the map. I have to post a picture. She has an actual picture of the actual map, and it's so cool. I have it saved on my phone. So I'll post a picture here of the map that she has saved or whatever, but that she had drawn for this. But here is, I'm going to post another picture now, the prompt and hiding spots. So first is the cabins. So that one is a reading prompt for a book set at camp. Then there's the mess hall, which is you unscramble a title to make food. Then there's the hot new bonfire, which is the hot new release. Lake, which is a body of water on the cover. The boathouse, which is a book about travel. Then there's the amphitheater, which is multiple POVs. Then you have archery field, which is a book to help you stay on target with goals. Bathhouse, a body part on the cover. Hiking trail, a book cover with a view. And then we have the main lodge, which is a past book club pick. So for a cabin, the book I have for that is The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager, because it is set at camp, and I've been wanting to read more Riley Sager books because I've heard his thrillers are really good, and I did try to make most of this book like spooky books. It's books I thought might scare me or at least be a little spooky. For mess hall, I chose Cherry Pie or Die, which is the book club pick for the Comfy Cozy Book Club, which I've already started reading some of that. And if you love the 1985 movie Clue with Tim Curry, then I think you're going to like Cherry Pie or Die, because it's giving me major, and I'm only on like chapter 4, it's giving me major Clue the movie vibes. Like, it's kind of quirky and kooky and mysterious, and it's just giving all the good vibes. I really like it. For Bonfire, for Hot New Release, I chose A Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. For Lake, I chose The Lake House. For Boathouse, which is a book about travel, I chose It Watches in the Dark, which is a spooky middle grade book. For Amphitheater, which is multiple POVs, I chose Home is Where the Bodies Are. For Archery Field, a book to help you stay on your target, I did have Up From Dust there, but I ended up switching it at the last minute to God of the Woods because I got it in from my library and I've been wanting to read that book, and I think it also has something to do with summer camp or a cabin in the woods or something like that. So I thought that would be perfect to read during this readathon. The bathhouse, which is a body part on the cover, I chose Tender is the Flesh is what I chose. For Hiking Trail, which is a book cover with a view, I chose You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Geneva Rose. It's the same person who wrote Home is Where the Bodies Are. And for the main lodge, which is a past book club pick, I ended up choosing The Clinic by Kate Quinn. So those are the ones that I chose. And we did start this off yesterday, which was Friday the 13th. And it has been so fun in the Discord. I swear, people are just cracking jokes about running around and trying to escape the killer. So this is the way. It's kind of like, think of Friday the 13th and Jason Voorhees, where he's going around camp and killing people. So there's a killer on the loose. Think 90s horror movies. 90s slasher flicks, I mean. And there's a killer on the loose, okay? And he strikes every night at 8 o'clock, I think. Every night at 8 p.m. he's going to strike. And you have to check in to each place that you're at and what you're reading and everything. So, and there you get clues every day at 12 at noon. She's releasing clues. Eastern Standard Time, that is. She's releasing clues as to who the killer is. And here, let me play the first clue for you, because I was like, this would be so cool to show for the first day. And I will tell you, what the book I read a whole book the first day and started Home is Where the Bodies Are in the same day. So here we are, day 1. So here, I'm gonna play the thing for you for day 1. Let me turn the volume up so you can hear it.
In a place where nature's beauty thrives, where laughter echoes and joy arrives, I hide in shadows, finding my time to commit a sinister crime. Where the fears fall and stars appear, I bring forth terror, instilling fear. Where ripples dance and my dark deeds are done, unmask me now before I claim another one.
So that was the clue for the first night as to where the killer was going to go. It's a little riddle. The killer calls with a riddle. It's giving me totally Ghostface and Scream vibes, where he used to call the victims and talk to them on the phone using a voice thing. So it's interesting. And I started out and I read It Watches in the Dark by Jeff Strand, and I did finish this before the night. It says There's No Escape. This was so good. This was about a bunch of kids who travel with their father. Their parents, I guess, are separated or divorced, and they're going on a trip with their father, and canoeing in a river, and the rapids get a little rough, and it flips their canoe. They end up in the water, and then the dad ends up hitting his head, and they find him face down. Well, they drag him to shore when they find a little, dock that has a little rowboat in it, and they stop there. They leave their dad sitting, I guess, on the dock or in the canoe, while they go marching through the woods to see if they can find somebody or some type of civilization. They run into this strange little town in the middle of the woods with a population of 999 people. And in the middle of the town is this creepy scarecrow that they say watches over them and keeps them safe. Meanwhile, these kids are being creeped out the whole time. Every single person in that town was acting weird and creepy, and it gave me the creepiest vibes. Like, this literal scarecrow, if you stared at it too long, talked to you, like in your head, like it got in your head and talked to you. That was creepy. Somehow spooky middle grade just creeps you out the most. I don't know how they do that, but they do a good job of it. And this, I gave 5 stars. This was absolutely so good. I enjoyed it. I had such a good time. There were parts that I was just laughing at because they were kooky. I thought it was just a grand old time. So I moved from when I finished that book at the boathouse. I checked out of the boathouse and checked in to the amphitheater for my multiple POV book, which is Home is Where the Bodies Are, and I'm still reading that book today. I did start it yesterday, but I'm like halfway through. I'm on chapter 24, so I'm about halfway through the book. But this book has been so good. So it's about this family. Something happens in 1999, and it changes the whole family. The dad ends up leaving, and the mom stays with the kids, and then it goes between that day in 1999 with their mom and present day. When in the beginning of the book, the mom is dying, and she leaves a clue or something as her father, saying that he didn't disappear, and then says something about don't trust, and she doesn't get it out who not to trust before she dies. And this is to the daughter that stuck around and took care of her. She has a sister she hasn't talked to in a while. I think she said either a year or 2 years, because she's an addict with, it looks like, heroin. But she's been addicted to many things throughout her life. And then there's the brother, who is the youngest of the three and the most successful of all the three. He runs it, or he's part of a tech company. He went to college, got for a tech company, works for a tech company, makes lots of money apparently. And they're pretty much back together because their mom died. They all came back to the house to take care of the affairs. They're going through they were going through everything in the house and deciding what to donate, what to throw out, what they wanted to keep for themselves. And they come across a VHS tape, which they put in there from I can't remember. It's somewhere, something the 15th of 1999. It just takes place in 1999. And they are like watching a memory from them, just reminiscing. And then the VHS tape goes blank. But then something else starts playing not long after that. And it turns out that there was a girl that went missing this whole time. And this videotape reveals who may or may not have been the people who killed this girl. It's been so good so far. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. But I'm hoping I'll finish it. I just don't know if I'm going to finish it today before I have to leave my spot. Because I didn't tell you, but day one, the killer was at the lake for that riddle. It was the lake. There's a little graphic here that says, "Gotcha. The killer saw you at the lake and attacked. You are now out of the game, but you can re-enter. Please see how to play in Discord." So to re-enter, if you get killed, you can re-enter the game if you take a video or a picture of you being killed. Like how you died. You have to take a video or a picture of how you died, which I think was just so creative of her. But that was so good. She has like a little cemetery going here. A little cemetery here of people dying. There was only one person who was still in the lake house. We were all fleeing last night, the hour before the killer was going to strike. We were all like, where are we going? We're running away. I ran to the mess hall to start reading Cherry Pie or Die, because I knew for sure that the killer was going to be somewhere outside from the clue, and it's talking about rippling. So I was like, probably the lake or the boathouse. I wasn't sure which one. So I was like, okay, I'm getting out of here, because it talks about echoes and shadows, and I was like, okay, it's definitely going to be outside. So I got out, and I've been reading my book today. There was a scavenger hunt today, which I did get most of the scavenger hunt. Let's see. Here's the little scavenger hunt graphic. And I did find all the 1-point ones, which was leaf, rock, tree, a tall tree, a stick, path. The only one I didn't get was acorn. The 5-point one, I got all of them. Flashlight, cooler, boots or walking shoes, backpack, water bottle, sunscreen. On the 15 points, I only got the matches and the tent/fort and the flag. I missed 3 on that one. And then the 30-point section, I only got beautiful view, map, and book of ghost stories. Firefly, bird's nest, and location from the Readathon map, I could not figure out. Well, firefly you usually only see at night. So I was like, can you use like a book cover, like a picture on a book cover that you have around or whatever to use that? But I didn't have one as a firefly on it, so I don't know about that. But the person who, I think it's only for one person, and somebody had already gotten all these. Wendy from the Discord had already gathered it, and she said that she actually lives around the woods, so it makes sense for her to get that one. Here's the little picture I took of my book stack. It's so cute. Anyways, so there's a scavenger hunt that was going around today. So I was like running around and completely ignoring my book and trying to take pictures for the scavenger hunt. And yeah, so I haven't read much today. I just got like a couple chapters read, and then I was like, well, let me see about going ahead and making a vlog. So I thought, well, it might be fun, and I might like to review some of these books that I have on my TBR for this. It's only for a week, so we'll see. Anyways, so now it's 2:14. The killer, obviously, calls at noon every day. So the killer's called again. And I'm going to go ahead and play that for you so you can hear what the riddle is for today.
In a bustling place where people meet, where daily rituals seem so sweet, I linger quietly out of sight, taking my victim in the dead of night. Along with the laughter, smiles, and glee, a shadow hides, and that is me. In this plan where many meet, I'd plan my strike, swift and discreet.
So that is the clue for today. Many people think that it's multiple locations. Some people think it's the campfire. Some people think it's campfire. Some people think it could be the bathhouse. Some people think it's the mess hall. Some people think it's the main lodge where the killer's gonna go. But I think we've all like narrowed it down to it's not gonna be. It doesn't sound like the archery field for the clue. So I think that's where I'm gonna escape to when nighttime comes, is to the archery field. So that means I'm gonna be reading probably God of the Woods later, which is, I'll show you because I actually have the book cover here. I got it from the library. It's a large print, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but here is God of the Woods. That's the book cover. I think the book cover looks so cool, but yeah, this one I'll probably start later tonight. It's pretty thick because it's large print, which I wasn't a fan of, but apparently they only got the large print in at my library, so I take what I can get. Beggars can't be choosers. So I'm going to go ahead and go, and I'll let y'all know. Maybe I'll come back in later tonight and update y'all on who the killer was, where he struck, how many people died, and if I'm still in the game, or if I have to come up with a way I died and take a picture of it, or a video. Hi guys, so welcome back to Survive the Night Readathon. Can we survive a whole week at this camp where a murderer is on the loose? So it is now Monday. Today, I think Tuesday is the last day of the Readathon, and I did not do any filming yesterday for the Readathon, which was day 3. Mainly because it was my husband's day off, and we go and we do things because he only has one day off a week, so we just go out, and we usually just go out and we'll go to stores or we'll go do stuff on days when he's working. So I'm not really much around the house on Sundays. So Sunday I just didn't film, but the killer was just having all kinds of fun yesterday. I listened to the killer's message while we were in the mall, which I thought was pretty interesting. I'll play the killer's message for you yesterday. There was a lot of talk going on day 3 in the chat. I'm going to play the killer's message for you.
In a refuge where you lay your head, where dreams are spun and fears are shed, I enter softly without a sound. In these quarters my deeds are found. In this haven of solitude and peace, my dark intentions never cease. Find me where you feel most secure, for in your refuge I am the lure.
So that just very obviously pointed to the cabins. But then later on, it says the person who's the head of this readathon, she posted something saying a camper turned in this note that they found. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. Hope everyone is having fun. And here's that note. And it says, in a camp where laughter fades to fear, a killer's plan becomes quite clear. By the edge of the forest, under cover of night, a sinister plot is set just right. Hikers set off with joy in their hearts, unaware of the danger that stealthily starts, with a shadowy figure blending in well, where the trail twists, a dark secret will dwell. So everybody was thinking then that it was, because she posted this one later on afterwards, everybody was thinking then that maybe that we're gonna hit two places, the hiking trail and then the cabins, because if you look at the Readathon map, the hiking trail is right next to the cabin. So we were like, okay, he's gonna kill the two spots. He's gonna hit two spots tonight. So everybody was avoiding the cabins and the hiking trail, but he only took out the cabins. So that was just a surprise to me, I have to say. And also, a little update, I started reading this book, which is my book for the archery field. It is God of the Woods by Liz Moore. And this book is about camping. So here I can read the it says, when a teenager vanishes her Adirondack summer. When a teenager vanishes in her Adirondack summer, two worlds collide. So it says, early morning, August 1975, camp counselor discovers an empty bunk. Its occupant, Barbara Van Laar, has gone missing. Barbara isn't just any 13-year-old. She's the daughter of the family that owns the summer camp and employs most of the region's residents. And this isn't the first time a Van Laar child has disappeared. Barbara's older brother similarly vanished 14 years ago, never to be found. As a panicked search begins, a thrilling drama unfolds, chasing down the layered mysteries of the Van Laar family and the blue-collar community living and working in its shadow. Moore's multi-threaded story invites readers into a rich and gripping dynasty of secrets. Says Liz Moore's most ambitious and wide-reaching novel yet, The God of the Woods, is a story of inheritance and second chances, the tensions between a family and a community, and a history that will not let any of them go. So that just sounds so good. I started this book yesterday, which I don't think I updated you, but if I started that book yesterday, I finished Home is Where the Bodies Are. So I've crossed off another. This is only the second book I've crossed off on the Readathon out of 8 books I think there is. So I'm doing real great. No, in all honesty, I don't get as much reading done on the weekends as I do during the week because I'm a stay-at-home mom and I can read while my son's in school. Around whatever chores that I do around the house. I just read in the times that I'm not busy, and I read right while I'm waiting for him to come out of school and stuff like that. So I'm just able to read a lot more. That is why I can get more read during the week. So I'm hoping I'll get more read during the week here. I haven't made it very far. As you can see, I've only made it a little bit here. I still have a long ways to go, but my library for some reason only got the large print version in, and I almost didn't take it from the whole shelf because I was like, I don't really want large print. I like just because it's a thicker book. It makes you feel like you're reading a longer book. Not that I'm opposed to thick books. I love a thick book, but I'm actually finding that it's just like super easy to read because the writing. Hold on. See, the writing is so huge. The writing is so big that it's just easy to read, and clearly I wear glasses, so I already have issues with reading, or with seeing. So large print is actually very easy to read, especially in the dark. You don't have to squint to try to see the words if you're in a low light area. So I've actually kind of been liking the large print in this book. But I did go to the library and I got the rest of my books. The only one that for the readathon that I had was the one that was supposed to be with a body on the cover. And I was going to read Tender as the Flesh for that, but It hasn't came in at my library, and I was only like number 2 or 3 in line to get that book. But I did get other books. Last time I lied, this was my cabin book. So this may end up being my book with a body part on the cover because it has a head on it. And I really wanted to read this because this is also about summer camp. But it's from Riley Sager. So there's that. And then the next book that I really want to read, and it's from the library too, is this is the one I have for Campfire. So hopefully Campfire doesn't get hit tonight, because it looks like the killer is hitting all the places in top and working it their way down. But tonight and tomorrow night's like the last night for the readathon, I believe, and there's still a lot of places left. I, for some reason, thought by the end of the readathon there would only be like a couple places to run to and everything, but I guess we'll see. But Middle of the Night by Riley Sager, it's his latest release, and that's what Campfire is. Campfire is reading a hot new release, so I had that for that. So I definitely want to read these 2 books in this vlog. Even if the readathon ends, I'm gonna extend my readathon. I'm gonna extend my Survive the Night readathon and at least finish these 2 books. So you will see at least these 2 books in my readathon because I'm really excited to read them. And right now I do have NetGalley arcs that I could be reading instead, but I don't have any Instagram arcs, and I prioritize my Instagram arcs because those are ones that authors themselves have either asked me to review, or I have actually went and applied on their page to review their books, and I've already read all the books that I have applied for or been asked to review. So this week I'm having fun. I'm mood reading. I'm reading all the spooky thriller books, and I've just been this readathon has just been so much fun. I have to say a thank you to Jessie. I'm going to say Jess. Sorry, Jessie. I know she hates Jess. I know it. She said it a couple times before on her channel. But she's from Reading with Jess. Thank you so much for this readathon. It has just been so fun. It's been what I've needed. I found out like right before this readathon that my youngest brother, he has cancer. He has chronic myeloid leukemia. And he's only 2 years older than me. I'm 39, so he's in his early 40s. And he has a daughter who just started college. So it's just, he's so young. And I was so close with him growing up. I always hung out with him outside. I remember there were times when kids were being mean to me in the neighborhood, and he protected me and stood up for me. And just, it sucks to see. It just sucks. Cancer sucks, you know? They say that there's that they have a medicine now that a doctor can prescribe for that cancer. But if it doesn't take care of it, then he's going to have to go to, I live in Virginia, so he's going to have to go to UVA, which is the University of Virginia, to have chemotherapy. So we're all praying that the medicine that the doctor prescribes him will help, and that he won't have to go to all the way to the UVA for chemotherapy. Obviously, because chemotherapy is terrible. But he is in the chronic phase, which if you look on it online, it's the early phase, and it could last for many years. They said people can still live many years in the chronic phase, so we're just praying and hoping that the medicine will work. So this readathon has been it's brought me a lot of joy and took my mind off of things when I don't know if anything else would have. But I've been having a lot I've been having a lot of fun with it. But I still can't believe it's real. Cancer does run on my mom's side of the family. Our mama, which is who we call our grandma on my mom's side, she died from it when I was only a baby. But it was from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. We have had cousins on my mom's side of the family. One, I think, died from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and then we had another uncle who died from colon cancer. So there is cancer on my mom's side of the family. So at the same time, it doesn't feel real and like it's happening to our family. But it's not a surprise because we know there's cancer on my mom's side of the family, so it can happen to any of us. It's just a risk. But yeah. I don't know why I just felt like sharing that with you guys, but I just wanted to say that this readathon has been like a saving grace for me and giving me a little bit of joy in a time when I'm not finding much joy. But I'm still picking up my Bible. I'm reading my Bible. I'm in the New Testament now in the Bible, where I've been doing my reading the Bible in a year. That's the only really resolution that I made this year, and I have been sticking to it. So I have missed days here and there, but I've always like doubled up on it. When I've missed a day, I'll read extra on the next day if I had to miss a day, but I have been sticking with it so far, and I'm now in the New Testament, which I just really enjoy the New Testament and seeing Jesus and all the miracles. So anyways, that was not even what this video is about, so I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. I need to get back to reading. I want to try to finish this book. Not today. I don't think it's going to happen. But maybe tomorrow. Not today, maybe tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and spend the rest of my time before I have to go get my son reading. And then I'll take my book with me to the school so I can read while I'm waiting for him to come out of school. And yeah, I'll update you guys probably when I get to the school, because at 12 o'clock, that is when the killer calls us and leaves us a little riddle as to where he's going to be at tonight. So as soon as I have that riddle, I will come in here and do a little update for the readathon. But so far, this has just been so spooky, so fun. We've just been having a grand old time in the camp chat, teasing everybody and making up our own little stories about what's going on at camp, and it's just been a whole bunch of fun. So I will see you guys after 12 so we can see where the killer might be going tonight. Hi guys, welcome to Survive the Night Readathon day 6. I think it's day 6 now. I did not update. I know I said I was going to update y'all yesterday. I didn't do it. I lied. I was too preoccupied. I got too busy once my son got home from school, so I didn't get a chance to update you guys. So, give me a second. Let me open up my social media, my Discord. So, I brought it up here. So, today is day 5 of the readathon. It's the last day. So, let me go ahead and play you the clue we got for day 4. Here we go.
In a place where daylight fades to night, where campers' laughters turn to fright, I move with stealth and shadowing grace, striking swiftly with no trace. Amongst the cheer and friendly faces, I find my change in hidden places. Solve the mystery, uncover the fear, before my dark deeds draw you near.
So that was the clue that we got yesterday. Everybody was trying to figure out where the killing was going to take place, and we narrowed it down to the bonfire. And the killer did strike the bonfire first, but then there was a surprise. He not only got the bonfire, But he also went and killed everybody in the boathouse. And guess who went to the boathouse about 20 minutes before check-in time was closing? That would be me. I thought, oh no, maybe I'm not going to be safe in the archery. Maybe they're going to go from the bonfire to the archery. But I don't know. I'm staying in the archery today. But I died. And the only way to be resurrected from the dead is to show how you died. So I will insert here now the little video I took of me dying. And then after that, you'll see I took a picture also. So let me insert the video here. And then you'll see the picture. And then we'll come back and I'll show you. Because there end up being another clue. So, now that you've seen my death video, how cute was that? I wish I got more creative though, because I was in the boathouse. I don't have a boat, but I don't know. I was in the boathouse, so I just put that I was getting killed by Ghostface. But at 11:59, I was already in bed. Our little Readathon host, Jessie, from Reading with Jess, she posted another clue for a call from the killer. So let's listen in on this call.
In the camp where kids unwind, joy and peace they hope to find. In the showers, steam and spray, lurks a danger in the fray. Silent steps on tile so cold, stories of the past retold. Who waits hidden from the sight, striking terror in the night? Water flows and blood may spill, echoes of scream are so shrill. Who is the fiend in the mist with a deadly, twisted twist? In the camp where kids
So that clearly sounded like the bathhouse. And it was. She posted this not long after it. Says, gotcha, the killer saw you inside the bathhouse alone and attacked. You are now out of the game, but you can re-enter. Please see how to play in Discord. So there was like a mass killing last night going on in this camp. The killer attacked 3 different places. So a lot of people died. There were some reenactments of death this morning, so we could all get back in the game and play for one last day. But not only did our little mastermind, she already posted at midnight a clue for today's. So I'm going to go ahead and play this clue for you that's for today's supposed killing. It literally sounds like no place. It's just like, haha, we're coming to get you.
At a summer camp so serene, where children's laughter once had been, a shadow awaits to fulfill a dark promise, one last kill. Through the days of fun and light, hidden deep bides the night, silent, patient, and in no rush, waiting for the final hush. The last campers, unaware of danger lurking there. Who am I, the specter, calm and still, planning just one final kill? Wait for further instructions, and good luck. You may make it out alive.
I don't know if I'm going to make it out alive, but how good is that? It doesn't sound like any place. Which is like, okay. The places that we have left to check into is the archery field, the hiking trail, the amphitheater, and the main lodge. Well, we're speculating that the killer's probably going to strike 3 places and leave 1 place safe. Or that the killer's just going to strike every place and we're all going to die. But I do think that it's going to be more likely they're going to strike 3 different places and we're only going to have 1 place that we can hide. So I'm just going to be on the lookout and next to my phone today because it's the last day of the readathon. Who knows? Anything could happen. But this has just been such a blast. I cannot wait. I hope she does this again next year because this has just been so much fun. And I almost feel like nostalgic, you know, like when you go to leave summer camp and you've made new friends and now you have to say goodbye to them and hope that you'll see them again next summer. I feel that way about this game. That's so crazy if you ask me. But I did let's talk about my reads now that I've been doing. I haven't been reading too much as I've been smack talking in Discord and just talking with everybody. But I have been getting some reading in. I was reading this yesterday. Remember I told y'all about this? God of the Woods. I made it into part 2 and up to page 140. In part 2, it's in Carl's part. I don't know if I'm going to finish this. I put it down and DNF'd it because I'm kind of bored. I'm kind of bored with it. It's not really going anywhere. I mean, we were at the camp. It's kind of like doing the backstories of everybody. Everybody at camp. Like part 2 is the backstory of people in camp. And telling you all about them. And sometimes I'm into books that are like that. But this one, for some reason, I just can't get into it. It's boring to me. I was literally in my car reading this while waiting for my son to get out of school, and I was falling asleep in my car reading it. So I was like, yeah, that means I came home and I was reading some more. I read one more chapter, and there's not really chapter headers in here. It's just different people's point of views. It's multiple point of views. But yeah, I don't know. I'm bored. I'm going to save it. Maybe I'll go back to it once I've read my other books, but I don't think I am. I DNF'd it. I already posted it as a DNF on my readathon on the page where I was reading it, which I don't remember where I was reading archery. I think I was reading it the archery. And I moved. And now I'm reading Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. This one I'm liking better. I do need to stop moving around on Discord. I need to stop talking on Discord and reading what everybody's doing there and actually read, because that's pretty much what I've been doing. I'm still on chapter 2. Or no, I might be on chapter 3 now. But I do want to get a good chunk of this read. This is my archery book. I am still planning to read The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. This was my cabins book, and the cabins are now closed off because the killer had already attacked theirs under police investigation and we're no longer allowed to go in that area. And then I moved this to the bathhouse because I thought, well, it was supposed to be a prompt of a book with, a body part on the cover. It could be any body part, and there's a face on here. So I moved it to that thinking, well, I'll still get to read it. And I don't know. I'll probably try to fit it in one of the other prompts, but I don't really think I'm going to get to reading it before the readathon's over. I think I'm going to stick with Middle of the Night until the readathon is over. But I am going to stick with this vlog just so you can see me reading this and I can give my thoughts. Because they have all said that this is like the best camp slasher horror movie thriller book. I don't know if it's a slasher, but the best summer camp thriller book. So I'm very excited. I have read Final Girls by Riley Sager. That's the first book I ever read by Riley Sager. And then I'm pretty sure somebody said that was like Riley Sager's first ever book, which I didn't know. That was the first book I read by him. And so funny that I read his first book and then now I'm reading his latest book. This is the hot new release. That's what I'm reading right now, and this is to keep me on target with my reading goals on the readathon. But anyways, that's the update for now. I will try to come and update you more today because this is the last day of the readathon. They did have like a little live discussion, game night and everything, and I didn't get to attend that because my husband was here. They don't do it until 8 o'clock, and that's usually when my husband's home, so I spend time with him, so I don't really get to do a lot of lives unless the live is like earlier, or if it's on the weekend I will, because our son stays up later on the weekends, so I can stay a little later and I can watch the live on my tablet while my son's watching something on TV. But, yeah. I know that there's the final live stream tonight at 8 o'clock. I would like to do it, but I don't know if I'm going to get to because my husband will probably be here. But, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go so I can hopefully get some good reading done today with my Riley Sager book. And I will come in and give y'all an update. Maybe I'll take this camera with me when I go to pick up my son. So, because there's supposed to be another announcement at 12 o'clock. And I usually leave around 12 o'clock because I usually go do a few things before I go pick up my son. So maybe I'll just bring the camera with me this time so I can give y'all an update in the car of the announcement and everything. So I will see y'all guys when there's the next announcement, and I'll give you a little update on my book then too. Bye guys. See you at noon. Hopefully there's no killing until then. Hi guys, so I'm coming at you in the car. I did have you up, like, trying to situate you on my dash somewhere, but my camera kept falling, so that was not working. So I'm just gonna have to hold you. But going into the Discord under day 5, I played you the first one. There's 2 in here, so I'm so very excited and so very nervous. So let's listen together to see who this killer is coming for tonight.
Where laughter echoes and campfires glow, in a place where summer breezes blow, I move unseen through the trees and shade, planning my strike where fears invade. In this realm of fear and faithful delight, I lurk in darkness out of sight. Among the whispers of leaves and fright, discover the menace before the night.
I'm gonna listen one more time.
Where laughter echoes and campfires glow, in a place where summer breezes blow, I move unseen through the trees and shade, planning my strike where fears invade. In this realm of fear and faithful delight, I lurk in darkness out of sight. Among the whispers of leaves and fright, discover the menace before the night.
Sounds like the campfire. Is that the same one that we had at the campfire that the killer gave us before? Let's listen to the second one.
Where laughter echoes and campfires glow, in a place where summer breezes blow, I move unseen through the trees and shade, planning my strike where fears invade. In this realm of fear and faithful delight, I lurk in darkness out of sight. Among the whispers of leaves and fright, discover the menace before the night.
I mean, it sounds like campfire. Let me go into Discord and see what other people are thinking. Somebody said get out of the hiking trail. Another person said, really, Jesse? You already killed me once. Why do you have to make me move from the hiking trail? I need to read an actual book. And so the person said, why is he following me? I was going to go there. And then somebody said, do you think he'll go to more than one place tonight, too? Somebody replying to after last night, yes. The person said, definitely. Then they replied, right. The question is, where isn't he going? And that is the question. That right there is the question. Somebody said, back to the main lodge for me. It does. It sounds like it's going to be outside, but... And then somebody said, I don't know, the phone call this morning sounded like it could be that, and I don't know if we should consider both. And then somebody said they're finishing up their book at the amphitheater, and they have no choice but to take a hike, so I may die. But at least I already have my death video in the event that I'm killed. Somebody said, I don't want to die a second time, Zelda. That's funny. I don't want to die here. Somebody posted, most likely the hiking trail, but could potentially be the amphitheater. Could also be a huge stretch with this, but the laughter and menace. Comedy of menace. A comedy of menace is a play in which the laughter of the audience in some or all situations is immediately followed by a feeling of some impending disaster. I feel like that just means that he's going to be going to both places. Funny thing is, nobody is guessing the archery. Nobody thinks, but I want to stay at the archery, but I'm scared that if I stay there again, that I'm going to be... But then again, I was scared of that last night, and if I would have stayed at the archery and not moved the 20 minutes before 8, I would have lived. So I'm like, oh no, I don't want to psych myself out and move to the main lodge and then the killer strikes there. I'm going to have to stay up late tonight though, because she was late sending out the clue for the last strike. It was almost midnight. And then at midnight, she sent another clue. So I'm wondering, is the killer going to do it all at once early tonight? Maybe, probably not, because she's doing her live stream for reading sprints for this little readathon tonight. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm scared though. So if this video never makes it out, she got me. In that case, I will have never finished my book, Riley Sager's Middle of the Night. Great, here comes the car. So, I'll just stay like this. Middle of the night. I haven't read that much. Okay. And the guy has left. Or he's left to go inside. So, middle of the night. I'm on chapter 3. You guys, this book is so good. Like, I'm so intrigued. At the end of every chapter, he's leaving it to where you want to keep reading the next chapter, because it's like leaving you questioning, or it's like a big reveal, or like dun 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 at the end of every chapter, which makes you want to continue on to the next chapter. But sir, I can't stop. Literally, now this Survive the Night Readathon has become less of me reading my books and more of a distraction, because I'm having too much fun in the Discord chatting and doing little gifs and just having fun with people in the Discord, getting scared and trying to guess like where the killer's gonna strike. It's just been so much fun and such a welcome distraction this week. I'm so sad that today's the last day. It's the last day, but we're going to continue on with this vlog anyways, because like I said, I want to finish this book. I want to finish Riley Sager's Last Time I Lied. I think that's what it's called, because it's the camp book. And that's the one I really wanted to read. I don't know why I didn't just go to that one next. But I should have, instead of doing... I had this feeling of wanting to read God in the Woods. I thought, well, this is probably going to be a pretty good one. No. It was not. But anyways, I'm going to go get to reading. And I'll try to come in and update if there are any more clues, or if the killer releases any more clues. If the killer calls, I will try to update you guys. But I'll try to update you tonight before the strike happens. I'll open up my camera and let you know like where I decided to hide, why I decided to hide there. I'm about ready to go listen to the killer's calls, the 3 calls that we have. We have the one from midnight and the 2 that he called today at noon. So I'm gonna go re-listen to the killer's calls, try to figure out the riddles. I mean, it sounds like campfire. Somebody said it could be amphitheater. It just sounds like outside in general to me, which makes me want to run to the main lodge. But then I'm like, last time I thought it sounded like outside, and I was like, well, if I run inside, I'm going to be safe. They hit one spot outside and then the 2 spots. So I was not really safe. But anyways, this guy's coming back that's next to me. So I will catch you guys when the killer calls again. Hi guys, so I'm coming at you the day after the readathon. I'm so sad. The camp is over. There was just so much fun had in the chats. We were all sharing GIFs and just having such a good time. I'm still reading Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. I'm on, where am I on? I'm on, I just finished what chapter was this? Chapter 7. And it's getting ready to go into a flashback. So you're kind of like flashing back in time to the night when he was taken. And, Yeah. In my book, we just found out they found in the woods behind this guy's house. He's older now. He's living at the house. And they just found bones of a 10-year-old boy in the forest behind the house. And apparently, beyond the forest, there's like some institution. I don't know if it's like a mental. I think it's a mental institution that they're talking about. So they're thinking that they're not releasing any information to the public. They only told him about it because it was his friend and it was where he lived when he was younger, and he's living there now as an adult in his 40s. And he's connecting with another friend that who used to hang around with them, even though they didn't really pay attention to him. But he's hanging out with a friend and talking to him about it is where I've ended at. And they're like, do you think, his other friend's like, do you think maybe he said something in the institution and offended them? They think somebody maybe from the institution came across the woods and grabbed him and then killed him and buried him in the woods. They're wondering if that's maybe what happened. But I don't know. I feel like almost that my suspicions are on the parents of him. The ones that moved to Florida and decided to let him have the house until they could sell it, because nobody apparently wants to buy that house because of what's happened. So that's kind of like why he's living there now, because his parents moved to Florida and he's like moved back there to start over as a teacher, and just trying to get his feet back up until he can get back on his feet and everything. But it is very good. I am very curious as to what happened to the little boy. Is that really his bones that are in the backyard, or are they somebody else's bones? I don't know. At the beginning, I was hoping that maybe he was taken and he's just been hiding out this whole time and would show up later. But I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen at this point. But I am really enjoying it. I'm loving the book. And maybe now that the readathon is like officially over, I'll be able to actually finish the book, because in the readathon we were all getting so caught up in the game of the killer coming after us that I just completely fell off of reading, because every time I would start to read, I would get notifications from the readathon. And then I would get sucked back into the readathon and the game and everybody running from the killer like we're all running for our lives. It was just so much fun. But I did come in here to update you guys because our little host of the chat left a little something in a return home. She added a return home, and Jessie put here, "Dear camper, we hope you had much fun this summer. We enjoyed you being with us and hope to see you next summer. We know it will be a killer time." And not only is that, there is a message, I think, from the killer. So that is the reason why I came in here to update you guys, so I could play the message for you guys. And let's listen together.
Vale, the killer's plot left Colden's tale.
Okay. I was about ready to play it then, but let's listen.
At summer camp, his plans to fail. The killer's plot left Colden's tale. The children laughed, the nights were bright. He couldn't strike despite the night. Now he waits with vengeful eyes, plotting under moonlit skies. Next summer's camp, beware of the shade. He'll return with a sharpened blade. See you next summer.
So that was so good. Pretty much like, it's not over. I'm gonna see you next summer. Good luck making it out alive next time. I love it. It's just like every classic 90s slasher film. And I was a big 90s slasher person. I grew up on slashers. I used to watch them every Halloween in the dark because my family is like a Christian family. We never went trick-or-treating for Halloween. At least I never did. And every Halloween, my mom would turn off all the lights in the house because, when you have your lights on, that means that you're going to be giving out candy for trick or treating, and we never did that because of our religion. But I used to watch slasher movies like Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. I watched those on Halloween instead with all the lights off. It was such a good time because they were always playing them on the regular TV where they cut out any bad scenes. So that's the only time I ever watched them was on regular TV. And it was just such a good time. And back then, when I was younger, because I was like teenager then, my favorite was Freddy Krueger and Nightmare on Elm Street. I felt like he was the scariest because he came at you when you were sleeping. And it was like scary. But none of that ever scared me. The one scary movie that scared me was when they did the TV movie of Stephen King's It with, I can't remember, Tim Curry. When Tim Curry played Pennywise. That one actually scared me now. And I was young when I watched that on TV. But it was good. It was always my favorite. That and Freddy Krueger. But then in the later, like, 90s, when I was more teenager age, Scream became my favorite. And I have watched Scream multiple times. I've watched it probably more than I've watched any other slasher movie because I just love Scream. And somehow my son loves Ghostface, and he's only 8. I don't know. He's never seen the movies, so I don't know why he likes it, but yeah. So that's the update on camp. I'm so sad to see it go. I will post, like, we have, I'll try to let me put myself in the center. I'm going to try to put it on this side, and then on this side, I'm going to try to put over here, a couple of the graphics that we have. So one is like camp memories, and it's like a little graphic that has like a picture of every day where we had our photo prompts, and it's like camp memories that we can take home with us. And then after that, you're gonna see the one is like the little checklist of how many places we made it to, and the books we completed there. And then like pretty much like our review, how many books we read, how many times we died, and then our favorite book that we've read. So I'll have those graphics up here for you to see. But yeah, that's the end of the readathon. But I am going to continue on because I want to finish, like I said, Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. And then we're going to continue on and we're going to read The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager because I really want to read this one too. Everybody talked about how good this was. And then the cabins got attacked by the killer before I could make it to him. And then they did reopen up. All the spots got reopened at the end of camp for like the last day. All the spots were open. But I was already reading Middle of the Night, so I didn't want to stop reading Middle of the Night to go read The Last Time I Lied, especially if I didn't think I could get it done in time before the readathon was over. So I just stuck it out in the archery field. And then, like, 20 minutes before 8 o'clock hit, I moved over to the lake because I was like, if I'm going to die, I'm at least going to die by a body of water because I love the beach so much. And I do have very nostalgic feelings about the lake because I was a sleepaway summer camp girl and I used to swim in the lake at our summer camp. And, yeah. So the killer did attack last night, too. I almost forgot to mention that. But the killer did attack last night, too. We had to tune into the Survive the Night Readathon reading sprints to find out who the killer attacked. And Jesse did a spinning wheel, and the wheel landed on the cabin. So the cabins got attacked twice. So it's a good thing that I didn't pick up Last Time I Lied and decide to read my cabin book. And then, And then we went into a reading sprint, and then when we came back from reading sprints, she announced who the killer, what the clue meant, and where the killer struck. And the killer struck the hiking trails. So we were right about that clue. We were right about the last clue being the hiking trails. It was. So I only died once. And y'all have already seen my footage of me dying, my video, and then my picture. I hope you guys enjoyed that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and continue reading Middle of the Night, and I'll probably come in and give you an update if anything shocking happens or whatever. Anyways, I want to get back to reading because I do want to post. I would like to post this week, but I don't think it's gonna happen until next week. Maybe at the beginning of next week. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and go and finish reading, and I will see you guys when I have an update. Hi guys, coming at you here to close out my Survive the Night Readathon reading vlog. I did finish Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. This was so good. I think I gave it 5 stars on my Goodreads. I had to think about that. I really enjoyed this book. It was so stinking good. So it's pretty much just about this boy who goes missing. It looks like he gets stolen out of a tent, and then so we're getting flashbacks between the past of when that happened and the future of when the other boy that was in the tent with him is grown up, and he returns back home to the house, to his childhood home, and just everything about that. It is just, I don't really classify this as more of a thriller, but more of a mystery. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I really do enjoy Riley Sager's books. I say that, but this is only the second one I've read. The first one I read by him was Final Girls, which is really good. I really enjoyed that book. I think it's the first book he's ever wrote, but yeah, I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I thought I kept my attention. I kept reading it. I was curious about the mystery. They made it seem like so spooky-ooky, and there was just some things I loved in this. Like, I loved him, the main character, and Henry, I think it's the little boy. Their interactions together was so good. There was just some sad parts in here too about grief and everything, and like how this person grieves loss, and it has some sad parts. I did not expect to cry at a Riley Sager book. This I was tearing up. I was crying at this one, so I was like, wow. Especially when you find out the twist. I guess I should have been expecting it, but I was not expecting it. So, now here's where I have to throw in a little confession, because I did say that I was going to read The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager in this vlog too, but I think I'm not going to, because I had just gotten a whole slew of notifications for some ARC books that are coming out in the fall time that I'm on the list to read. So I'm going to have to cut this vlog short. I'm probably going to try and do, once I've gotten through all my ARC books, I might try to recheck out Last Time I Lied and do like a thriller reading vlog to include this into, because I do really want to read it, because I've heard it's like one of the best summer camp thrillers, and I love summer camp. I don't know, something about books that take place in summer camp. I just love it. So I do want to pick up that book, but it's just, I have too many other books I need to read right now, and I'm going through whether I want to read or mood read, because I'm feeling like a mood read mood right now, and if I'm being honest, my mood read mood is wanting to read romance. So I think and that's pretty much what the ARC books are too. They're romance books. So I'm probably gonna they're indie romances. So I'm probably gonna hopefully make a video for all those fall indie romances that I'm making, that y'all will probably see eventually. But I wanted to go ahead and end out this vlog here, so I can go ahead and edit it and upload it to the YouTubes. Hopefully this week. I'll try to do it maybe tomorrow. since I'm finally finishing out the vlog, maybe I'll go ahead and get it off of here and upload it and try to edit it on Wednesday. Today is Tuesday, because I would like to post it this week, because it's been a week now since the readathon has happened, so I need to post it while it's happening. But I do have to say, I had so much fun with the readathon. I cannot wait till next year. I was already telling the person who was the head of the readathon, Jesse, from Read with Jess. Read with Jesse? Is it Read with Jess? I was already telling Jesse that next year I would love to see a t-shirt made that we can purchase so we can wear it all year long. It would have been so cool to have a t-shirt to wear too. So I would love to see that. And she said that she was thinking about that for next reading vlog. So I'm excited for next year's Survive the Night Readathon. There was just something so fun about feeling like you're being chased by some killer and running along to each camp, and whether or not the killer was going to get you there. It was so fun. But yes, I had so much fun with this readathon, and thank you so much, Jesse, for hosting it and doing all of the things that you did during the readathon. That was just so fun. It helped distract me during, like I said earlier, during a time when I needed distraction. So it really helped me. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up down below. And if you're not yet subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it if you consider subscribing to my channel. I have been kind of posting sporadically and not having an actual schedule. But I do want to try to at least get back to posting once a week. So hopefully we can get back into that routine. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. And remember that Jesus loves you, and so do I. Bye, guys.